Gaming has gone woke, and anyone who disobeys is being arrested. Many of you have heard about this already. So the feds are coming for gamers. The Department of Homeland Security and the FBI are in dialogue with Roblox, Discord, Reddit, PlayStation, Xbox, and others. So, and basically, what this is they're now working with these companies, lots of different gaming companies, coordinating with them to root out what they deem as extremely bad content in the gaming community, according to a new government report. And noting that these mechanisms have been established with social media companies to police unwanted behavior on social media. The report recommends that national security agencies establish new and similar processes within the vast gaming community. So when they say vast gaming community, they are targeting the entirety of the gaming community. They want to bring forth these policies that they use to police social media, to have backdoors to information, to basically go after gamers. It's very sad because I see comments from some of you guys in the comments that are like, okay, if they come after us, whatever, I don't care. You think it's a game. It's not a game. Like you'll end up in a box where you won't have any rights. You guys have to be very, very careful. You have to be very, very mindful what you're doing. You have to be you shouldn't don't throw away your lives. Don't throw away your freedom over nothing. I mean, if you want to do that, go ahead. If you want to be stupid, go ahead. You'll say, "Oh, Angry said this." So, too late. I can't help you. I warned you. I warned you that this is happening. I warned you to be very, very careful. Those of you that say that you're just going to go and do emulation, now you're talking like, or go out and buy older consoles and play older consoles and older games. That's exactly it. We are in a social decline. We are in a 100% decline right now. And the best thing you can do is protect yourself, insulate yourself. And, there these companies, these law enforcement companies, they are literally linking up with woke gaming woke groups that are trying to censor and control us, and working in coordination with them. Let's actually jump into this video because this is actually quite interesting what's happening.
Kotaku. Have you heard of that gaming journalism website? Well, they're trying to deplatform RGT 85. And when I say trying to deplatform RGT, it's not just somebody saying, hey, unfollow. This is a big discovery, guys, and you're going to want to sit down and buckle up because the person doing this is the senior editor at Kotaku, but they're also working in cahoots with somebody that's public relations at PlayStation that's calling for RGT 85 to be deplatformed. And this is wild, and this is why this is bigger than Gamergate. More specifically, Alyssa Mercante, who is the senior editor of Kotaku, has attempted to deplatform not just RGT85, but almost every single person who has had any kind of negative response to her stance on Sweet Baby Inc. So if you're not familiar with the Sweet Baby Inc. situation, it popped up the last couple weeks. It's been trending. They're a company that game developers hire for consulting to make sure that there's diversity and inclusion in video games. They've done Valhalla, Spider-Man 2. They're going to be involved with the Wolverine game. Most recently, they did Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. And they are essentially, I guess, sensitivity counseling for people to be, I guess, more inclusive, all this weird woke stuff. Well, they've been under fire as of late. More specifically, gaming journalists like Alyssa, Jeff Grubb, and a few other gaming outlets have become what is essentially the Sweet Baby Inc. defense force. They're out here being insufferable pieces of trash, and they're wondering why people are backfiring against them. And they're playing what I like to call the victim card. Now, there was not too long ago where Alyssa actually started responding to people saying, you can't be racist against white people. Thanks for tuning in. You could see that's what she said in response to somebody replying to her tweet about Sweet Baby Inc., which caused a lot of the issues right here, where she said, I spoke to the team at Sweet Baby and infiltrated the Discord group, rallying against them to try and paint a clear picture of what the fuck is going on. She posted this article that was titled, Sweet Baby Inc. doesn't do what some gamers think it does. Essentially, it was damage control by Kotaku, and it backfired immensely to the point where the Steam group, which originally Sweet Baby Inc. and their employees were calling for the Steam group to be deplatformed. The Steam group was only making a list of games that Sweet Baby Inc. was a part of. It's called Sweet Baby Inc. Detected. So it's a list of games that Sweet Baby Inc. is involved with in case you want to choose to vote with your wallet to boycott these games. They were labeling it as people that were doxing and target harassing and trying to do all this other stuff against Sweet Baby Inc. because they're bigots. You know, the usual spill. But funny enough, these employees and people that were involved with Sweet Baby Inc. were the ones trying to dox, were the ones trying to deplatform. It caused a Streisand effect to where Sweet Baby Inc. Detected, the Steam group, blew up. It literally went viral. Even Elon Musk tweeted out about it. And I covered this in previous videos. You know, just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a recap. But this individual, Alyssa, she has since then been playing a victim card, especially when other outlets are essentially backfiring against her. It was, you know, when you're an unsufferable person, when you're going online, when you're making comments towards other people of other races and things like that, it will backfire against you, hands down, each and every single time. And you can see this article right here actually buried her pretty good. Kotaku senior editor gets roasted over claim that you can't be racist against white people. And it is a treasure trove of quote tweets about this whole situation right here. So you can see the original one, how you can't be racist against white people.
So we're seeing a social decline. This is an absolute and utter breakdown in Western society. And it's pretty insane. It's absolutely insane. And now, I mean, basically what we're seeing here is, you know, you have these groups, these law enforcement groups that are coming after just guys playing games. They're using these these systems to say, okay, well, we're going to come after you. If you say anything, like, you know, they're going after RGT just for talking about this. They want him deplatformed. They want him removed. They want him silenced. They want him thrown in jail. It's not just him, it's anyone. RGT is a guy who talks about games on YouTube, and it's pretty much anyone. It's anyone right now. If you don't obey, you know, the wokest, that's what they are. They're the wokest. They're working in conjunction with law enforcement, with these agencies, to have your civil rights, because like I said, those civil rights are a list of privileges. They are not rights, they are privileges that can be taken away at any given moment. Some of y'all are like, oh, you need to be more brave. No, bro, you need to walk away. This is why MWA is so powerful. Walking away from Western society and relationships with Western society. The only power you have is to not participate. The game is rigged. Some of you haven't learned your lessons yet. And those of you that haven't learned your lessons, I'm not trying to teach you. I really would just like you all to leave. Go watch some Sandman videos or go watch some Destiny and leave me the heck alone. I'm tired of it. I don't even want to see some of y'all around here. I'm just being real. Because if you haven't learned your lesson by this point, if you still think that you need to go out there and fight and argue, look at what happened to a lot of these so-called people who decided they wanted to fight and argue. They're spending decades in Club Fed right now. Club Fed, you know, the smartest move you can do is to walk away, make enough money to survive and thrive, and that's it. But this is Western society is on a decline. You know, go, you know, grab a gate, you know, grab a beer, sit back and relax, but don't think about trying to save this thing. This is a sinking ship, and the more you try to engage in this thing, the more you're only going to go down with it. There is no saving this. This Western society is done. There's no hope for Western society. It doesn't matter who's president. It does not matter who's in the White House come next year. It doesn't matter at all who is in the White House come next year. No matter who's the president next year, we're on a complete and utter decline. We are on a 100% decline, and the same terrible tactics that are being used right now to, you know, use for misinformation, both sides will use them. The left and the right will use both. Will use both of these things to lie to us and to get us to believe things that are not really there. You know, it just keeps on getting worse. It just keeps on getting worse, and many of you don't understand that. The smartest amongst us have walked away. You know, they've walked away from Western society. They've walked away from relationships with Western society. They've grabbed their passports, and they're going overseas. I've told many of you, have your passport ready. Have your passport always up to date. Some people don't care. Your passport is your best proof of citizenship. Don't wait until something goes wrong and you're like, okay, I'm going to get my passport now, and you can't get it. And there's some of you that are like, oh, well, where are you going to go? You can't go anywhere. Something goes wrong. You're stuck. Everywhere you go, it's hell. You're an absolute fool. You're an absolute fool. Because when everything is going down, it's collapsing around you, you're going to say, okay, yeah, it's time to go. Oh, I wish I had my passport. Because if I had my passport, I could just pick up and get the hell out of here. I could just go over to another country, spend a little bit of money and chill and relax. Because, the lunacy that's happening there is not spilling over into a lot of developing countries. And a lot of developing countries, they're living in peace right now, while we are living in just constant amounts of stress and misery and suffering. They're living in peace. They're living in peace. And by the way, guys, don't forget I have another channel called Angry, where I discuss gaming, anime, geek stuff, nerd stuff, real world stuff, and whatever else interests me. You can go check that channel out. There's a lot of content on there. There's a link to a description in the video. So if you want to check that out, you can go and support my work and subscribe. I also have another channel called Men Walking Away, and I basically discuss if you're enjoying this video, then I discuss more videos, I discuss more topics just like this video on Men Walking Away. So if you like this content, there's even more over on Men Walking Away. There's a link to the Men Walking Away channel in the description of this video as well. You can subscribe to the channel, support my work, support the other channel. But this is the reality, guys. Gaming has gone woke, and anyone who disobeys is being arrested at this point. It's basically the narrative of obey. And if you don't obey, we're going to put you in jail. We're going to take your rights away. We're going to strip you of your ability to play games. We're going to take your wealth away. We'll just go into your account and we'll take it. And even with cryptocurrency, they've been able to retrieve lots of cryptocurrency because people have to keep their private keys somewhere, and they use psychology. They're like, okay, well, where are different places that you'll keep your private keys? Maybe you'll have them on your cell phone. Maybe you'll have it on your computer. They're going to use psychology. They're going to use psychology. Or maybe you'll have a thumb drive. You'll have like let's say a ledger wallet, a hardware wallet, and they have ways of figuring out what passwords you may have used. There's all different things that these people do to get access to bitcoins, to your bitcoins and your crypto. So while it makes it more difficult for them to get it, they have ways. No matter what, they'll basically come after whatever you have and leave you penniless, homeless, destitute, and imprisoned. And then after you've been imprisoned, destitute, homeless, and obedient like a dog. Okay? Like a dog. Let me know what you guys think about everything we discussed here today. We'll talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA. Men Walking Away. And cheers.